what made you come up with the idea for a Harry Potter musical? Like, how did you guys get to that point?
We were always doing really. I mean, I think. I mean, before our show. I mean, I feel so bad for this girl if she's listening. Bless you. Like, people do stuff like that all the time. Like, this is not a novel I mean, it's a novel concept in a mainstream context, but, like, you know, college kids do this stuff all the time. Like, God knows how many Harry Potter or any kind of pop culture things are made a musical or a play or a skit or something. You know, people do these things all the time. And there was a YouTube video where a girl in her high school, I believe, or college did, you know, a Potter musical where it used, you know, Disney music, and they just changed the words, and it's all in good fun, you know. It's like it never meant for anything but your friends and just silliness. And I feel so bad because people have, like, I went back to that video after our thing happened, and I'm looking at it, and, like, people are saying these really mean things about her video. I'm like, this isn't a Harry Potter musical. And I'm like, dude, chill out. Like, this is just like a fun thing that people do. Like, they're not exclusive to each other, you know. They're just so that's a long-winded way of saying. I guess the idea had always been there. We've always done shows and productions of things that we like because we're nerds. I mean, there was a Hobbit play that the Lang brothers put on about 3 years before we did this show. They did The Hobbit 2, The Lord of the Rings, which was kind of a silly play. They did a stage version of a Goofy movie, which is one of our favorite movies. So just a lot of, like, silly things like that we just do all the time because we like musicals and we like, you know, nerd things. And I don't know, we just so Matt Lang, who sort of helmed the show to happen, always wanted to make it happen. And so somewhat earlier in the year, the beginning of the school year, my senior year of college, he just put up a poster because he's a designer, so he designed, like, a big poster that just said Harry Potter the Musical, which is now called a Harry Potter Musical for just legal protective reasons. And he just put Harry Potter the Musical, you know, 2009, I think? 2009. And so then the whole year we're like, oh, well, we better put this thing on. And so Brian Holden and the Lang brothers wrote this thing, you know, for a couple weeks, if not months, preceding the show. And then we rehearsed for 2 weeks, and most of it, with actors and everything, was put up relatively quickly. Because it's just, you know, college kids having fun doing theater. Nothing was ever meant to be what it is. So it's sort of ragtag, you know.
Would you have ever thought that it was going to get to the point that it is? Like, you guys have, like, hundreds of thousands of fans. Like, it's wild.
No way have we. It never gets. I'm never getting used to it. It's unbelievable, the power of the internet and the reach that everybody. I mean, no one is exempt from this. That everybody can have. I mean, I wish I could say that we were smart enough to be like, how are we gonna, like, advance our careers as creative people? I know, we'll make a musical and put it on YouTube. Like, no. It happened, and it was a lot of fun, and then months went by, and then I remember saying, like, hey, it'd be really fun to, we should put this on YouTube because a lot of people missed it. And it was this thing that it was like you know, the high school graduated senior reminiscing about the football games. You know, that was like the big game for us. That was something, and it was very special because a lot of the main characters and stuff, like, we're all just good friends, you know. And so eventually it doesn't matter who initiated it, but we were like, we just put it on YouTube because this is really funny. We want our friends and family to see this. And very quickly things happened, and it was very, very, very overwhelming, especially when you think of the legal ramifications of everything, which is in and of itself the whole conversation that we don't necessarily need to get into. But so no, man, never expected anything ever. It's been wild.
Well, you're so talented in all these different things. You're singing, you're writing the songs, you're writing plays, you're going off and writing music and playing the music and everything. Is there anything that you want to focus on for the future?
I mean, at this point, I've been so very lucky to be given the opportunities that I have been. I don't think I have the clout at this point in my life to really say, I want to do this. You know, if you're Leonardo DiCaprio, you can say, I'm going to do this, and that's what I'm going to do because I'm Leonardo DiCaprio. In this industry, I'm honestly at this point taking whatever I can get. It has been good for me, and I've been quite fortunate, but by no means has it been easy. So I'm still kind of in a very entry-level version of my acting career, and I like to think that I'm at this point a sophomore in this Hollywood high school. You know, I know a few more people. I'm not as unsure of myself. I've met some cool seniors. You know, I've joined some really cool clubs, and so I'm getting to know it a little better. And when I say Hollywood, as a term, I mean, you know, music, acting, all that stuff, entertainment in general. Yeah. So I'm really excited to be focusing more on potentially writing, develop a show that I'm currently developing, and hopefully moving it to New York within the next 2 years. That's a personal project. I'd love to be, you know, going into the studio to make a studio album for myself and play with, you know, like my band. That'd be really great. But at the same time, between all of this, you know, I'm auditioning all the time for, you know, film and television and theatrical, and by theater I mean theater stuff. So anything that I can get would be a total blessing, and I really can't complain if someone was to offer me a job in any of those things. So
the most humble Renaissance man.
Oh well, thank you. I know it's I mean, it's easy. It's not hard to get it's very difficult for me to get an inflated head, simply because you can be right. It's true what they say. I mean, in entertainment, things come in waves. Like, you know, you're riding high one day. I booked this show on ABC. That was the most exciting, unbelievable thing in the world. Oh my God, I'm on TV. No way, TV. No, man, that's not me. That's crazy. And you know, it left as soon as it came. The show got canceled, and I'm right back at square one. And by no means do I have, you know, any easy slide to the next thing. I'm right back to the drawing board, you know, and I'm still out there working hard, and, you know, just, you know, doing as much as I can to pay my rent on time. You know, I'm in a very I'm still very much a greenhorn, you know, so get back to me in a couple of years. Hopefully I'll have a better answer. You know,
man.
Well, not to harp on the Potter stuff, but you guys announced the Harry Potter sequel, and obviously that's premiering in Infinitus, and then it'll be on YouTube finally. Was it easier to write that one, or was it harder to write that one?
Well, this time, the guy who I wrote the music with last time, AJ Holmes, fantastic composer, and he has a writing partner, Carlos Valdez, who he wrote the music, the vast majority of the music for another show we did called Me and My Dick. They're incredibly talented, creative guys, and so they wanted to kind of focus on their own show that they're writing. So they, and they were also very busy this summer, so they couldn't, unfortunately, they couldn't work with us on this last show. So it was tough for me because I had to write an entire score and like 12 or so new songs, and but it was very exciting because I'd never done that before, never tackled something, and now that I passed that milestone, it gets me really excited about doing this more in the future, because now I'm not so scared of it. But it was almost easier because doing the show last time was impossible because I was trying to graduate. I had finals, I had papers due, I didn't know any of my lines. I mean, it was awful. It's like you're going to school. So this time, unemployed actor, I have a lot of, I'm making quote fingers time. I mean, I'm busy auditioning and so forth, but I don't need to have a paper due the next day, so I could focus in on it a little more, and so in that respect, it was a bit easier, and we definitely had a whole lot of time. Last time most of the songs were all written within 2 weeks. This time it was written within like 2-3 months. So I'm excited. It's a really great show. I'm very proud of the work that we've done, and I really hope everybody likes it. It's something that I'm really looking forward to.